I really wasn't much on the war. I just knew to hate it because everybody else was hating it. And I became part of a groupthink. We got to think the same, you know? You can't think different. So I saw that in the 60s. Everybody's thinking the same. I went to Provincetown as an actor, and all the long-haired people there, and the gays there, and everybody was the same. Nobody was different. If I got a crew cut and I stood out with short hair, that would be different. But nobody dared to be different. And that's exactly what's going on today in your campus. You're afraid to be different. You're so used to it. And all you hear is the same thing over and over again. I understand that. I was a communist myself, a Marxist, an atheist. Yes, of course. Everybody was. Everybody I knew. I lived through the 70s, through the 80s, and I've watched the culture, on the one hand, change and get worse and worse and worse. And on the other hand, exactly the same. Marxist, it's atheist, it's God-hating. And an amazing thing happened to me in 1983, in all the middle of all this. I moved to Woodstock, New York. Woodstock, not the festival, that was in '69. And I came across a community. All my friends were palm readers and astrologers and...
You're making it worse. You're making it worse.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, though. God bless you, though. I appreciate your saying whatever you're saying. And it was in Woodstock, New York. My wife and I were editors of a newspaper. And we were gathering people together. I didn't know anything. I was still a communist as far as I was concerned. And I can only tell you, and this is the most important thing, is that Jesus met me. I wasn't looking for him, and he's looking for you. I really got saved. I really changed. So did my wife. All my old friends didn't want to hang out with me anymore. But I changed. I really did. And that was 1983, and that's a long time ago. But the world we lived in the 60s, 70s, 80s, exactly the same, only now it's more powerful. The assault against God, against good government. And when I'm talking about good government, I'm talking about doing unto others as you would have them doing to you. That's the way to live. I know that's in your heart, and I want you to know I think you're cool. I like you, and I identify with you. I was a student in the 60s. I'm a student right now. The world of the 60s is exactly the same.
I was going out, I was partying, I was smoking pills, I used to deal, I used to do Molly, all the stuff. I used to take acid, do every type of drug. But it's not just the drugs that you get delivered from when you give your life to Christ. Because I know many people have testimonies about being a Christian when they come to Christ. It's the fact that your character actually changes. And it doesn't change because you're automatically better, you're automatically good. But the fact that Christ died for you and you recognize that, then you understand who Christ was actually like. You don't go by anybody, even me, right? You don't go by my standard of who Christ was, but you go and you look for yourself, who is Christ? Not the secondary source, the first source, right? Talk to him in prayer, and I guarantee you God will answer. It was weird for me because I didn't even understand. I was like, man, my brother actually got in a really bad car accident. His car flipped 2 or 3 times. Car got wrecked. Everything in the car, tree trunk went through his vehicle. Everything in the car was ruined except for him and the Bible he had in the back. And then I wonder, like, why are there all these stories about this Bible, this book, being preserved and not being burned in fires? Why are all these stories? So it pulled my curiosity because, unfortunately, I actually wanted to take my own life. And I was going upstairs, and my brother, he comes out of his room, and he just turns to me, and he looks, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. He says, I want to see you in heaven. And I think in this busy lifestyle, especially in America, we just continue to move on. Yeah, I got to do this. I got to get my credits. I got to continue. I want to get a good job. And don't get me wrong, those are all great things. Those are wonderful things. I think you absolutely should strive for the best for yourself, right? But we don't stop and think what actually happens when we pass away, because we never know when we will pass away. It could happen today. Not just for you guys, for me, for one of us who are here. You never know. It could be in a car wreck, unfortunately. I was actually reading about this accident that happened. Many of you may know about it. It's pretty viral. It was the fact that this guy was driving 93 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. He hit somebody. That car hit another person. The dad was in the vehicle, and his 7-year-old daughter was in the back crying and wailing out, right? And unfortunately, her father passed away. Now the sin, it's not the fact to say that that guy who was driving was a sin, but it's consequences of sin. And I think we don't understand that as a society. We don't understand the consequences that sin has. It may be a consequence, whether in your life or somebody else's life, that it impacts.